You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in the palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings.
Hello. I'm bopping. I love that song. I don't know where I got it from, but I love it. It just kind of gets me pumped up. So who's with me here? It says morning, everyone, but I cannot see who you are because you did not register with StreamYard, and that's okay. Hello back. I'm glad that you're here with me. Wonderful Wednesday. It's October 27th, and we are going to talk about the law of rhythm. Do I got everything going on here? I do. This is a nice, simple law, but it's a very powerful one, like they all are. And I was talking to another member, another consultant, and we were discussing just how understanding the universal laws and combining that with the program that we coach, Thinking into Results. I think you can sort of see it up there. That's where the power is. The more you study it on a daily basis, the more you integrate and you understand universal laws and you apply them in your life with the information and that is taught to you through the modules, you're unstoppable. Trust me, you are unstoppable. Anyway, for those of you that do not know me, my name is Julie Townsend. I am the CEO of Quantum Connections Incorporated, and it is my mission to provide an environment for people to just calm down, to get above all this noise, to find that inner peace simply by understanding themselves better, understand how you're wired, and using the program Thinking into Results basically to reprogram your subconscious mind to get the results you want, not necessarily the results that somebody else wants for you or what the world wants for you. I've seen the results for myself. I apply it every day in what I do. I am definitely starting to walk the talk, I guess you would say. My mentor, Bob Proctor, has studied this information for over 60 years. If you are part of my Quantum Academy, you will see that I have been dropping a series of videos called Proctober. Even though we're into November and that, I was watching these videos myself and I thought, these are too good not to recirculate. I don't care what October, November, December, it doesn't matter. These videos are so powerful. So if you're not a part of the Quantum Academy, get in there. It's free to join. There's no high pressure, nothing. It's just a really good environment to be in, especially nowadays. Get your head out of the outside world and focus on the inner. So there's all kinds of opportunities in there. If you want to know any more about Quantum Connections, just go to my website, www.quantum-connections.ca. So how's your vibe today? This law that we're going to talk about basically is like about, the ebb and flow of everything. And it's funny because I've been doing some funky things in the stock market with trading. So I was looking at my things this morning and I was looking for the highs and the lows and the buys and the sells and all that jazz. And I was thinking of this law. So it is a great law for all of us to learn, not just for trading stocks, but for really understanding our emotions, okay? It's a very simple law, and it intermingles, like all the laws, with everything else to make life flow properly, I guess is what you'd want to say. So, do you know that everything Your mind, your intellect, your physical body, and the spiritual aspect of you flows up and down, up and down. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever taken notice to your moods? You know, we call them mood swings, whatever, not just in a day, but a month. Have you ever noticed that some days you can sit down with like a column of numbers, of figures, and you can just boom, add them up, no problem with and then other days you add up the same column like 5 different times and you get the different answer because intellectually you're just not there. That's this up and down I'm talking about, law of rhythm. Have you ever noticed that just some days you feel like $1,000,000 and then other days you get up and you just don't feel good at all? So it's that time of month, and it's not just for women. It's called your biorhythm, and it's something that you should really understand. So you've noticed some days you wake up and you're full of energy and you get everything done that you want to by noon, and other days you can't even get out of bed, right? Some days you can walk down the street, you feel like skipping and singing a song, you hear the beautiful birds, and you help that little old lady across the street, you pick up the ball for the kid. Bob always tells us this little story. And then other days you think, what's that old lady doing here? And get that kid off the road. And you certainly don't hear any birds. Like, why is that? It's those biorhythms. It's the high and low swings. So when everything at work just seems to go the wrong way. Oh, I had a bad day at work. Oh my gosh, what a day. Understand. It's going to get better. It will go backwards. If it's here, it's going to be there. Like if that was the rhythm of it. It's a natural rhythm, and it's just the way life works. So Bob, he is a very calm individual, super calm. He's also 87 years old, and he's seen this particular law of rhythm for years, and he has studied it. But he understands that it's not necessary to get all hell-bent about something or get your knickers in a knot, because it's going to come full circle anyway. So doesn't that allow a person to be calm within themselves, even during stressful times? Even if it's a really stressful time, understand it will be the opposite, like the law of polarity and the law of rhythm kind of co-work together. So you and I, as you know, can choose our attitude, and we can choose whether we're going to react or respond. And the law of polarity, like the law of opposites, reacting or responding, it's one or the other. It's not thinking about it. You do this or you do that. So it's a powerful concept if you think about it, because we can choose to feel good even when we're on a low, because we are in control of how we feel. We don't have to let the law of rhythm, this is where being aware of the law of rhythm, I don't know why my nose is so itchy. Something good must be going to happen. That's just an old wise tale. But anyway, we don't have to let the law of rhythm beat us up every time, which will be every month. Be prepared. It'll be every month. You're going to be on a low swing. So being aware of it, just let it pass. And that's my phrase. My grandma taught it to me. When crap hits the fan, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Sometimes it's a day. Sometimes it's an hour. Sometimes it's a minute. This too shall pass. It will. Some days you're going to be on a real high swing, and you're going to be on an upswing intellectually, and you'll be coming down emotionally. And then on another day, you'll be a bit on a low swing, and you'll find that, they dip and dive. Physically, you got it, and emotionally, you're there, and emotionally, you're here, and intellectually, you're there. And sometimes it's, you can become frustrated, right? You're having a very frustrating day. Things aren't working for you, and that this too shall pass. It's your biorhythm messing you up. This too shall pass. And it will. Tomorrow's a new day. You wake up tomorrow, and sometimes it's like, why did I get so, bent yesterday. Why did I get so upset? Man, I got some apologies to make because I took it out on da, 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 da. And if you are aware of this, you don't have to get to that state. You can just say, oh, blame it on the biorhythm. Okay. There's airlines that do biorhythm tests on their people, and they will not let their pilots fly when they are considered a critical low. So that's days when you just feel like giving up. We've all had them. It's like, this is just not working for me. That's how I came into all this information. That's how I met Bob Proctor. That's how I went to freaking Minnesota just on a whim, basically. I really didn't know why I was going there, but I was at such a critical low, I didn't really care. It just seemed to be the right thing to do. I followed my intuition. I met Bob Proctor. I became a coach. I've been learning this stuff for 2.5 years. It has changed my life. So if they're not letting pilots fly because, they're at a critical low, feeling like giving up, they know that it's going to pass. So they just, take a couple of days off, man, you'll be okay. And that's it. So understand though, if you really dig down in those days, in those critical low days, get excited. You know why? Because it's going to be really, really good, right? If you're really low, it's going to be really high. So on that note, some people are totally controlled by this as so far as attitude is concerned. And they go along fine, and then suddenly they're not in a good mood. And just about at that point where they're not going to be in a good mood, right? And sure enough, a few days later when they're kind of coming out of it. But next month, they go back into it. The whole universe gets this hit every month, the whole universe. There are only a few of us who really understand the process and work with it instead of working against it. The law of rhythm affects all of us on all different levels. It's a natural law of the universe and the way that everything flows. Study it, understand it, and you can feel good regardless of where you're at. You can feel good. You can choose to feel good on the critical low days. And it freaks people out. It will also give you compassion for someone around you who perhaps is in a low and they don't know about this information. So help them understand that life's about to get better. Help them believe that. Offer them your knowledge because now you know. I just taught you. So offer them your knowledge of this universal law so that they don't have to go through such lows and feel so helpless. Because boy, I tell you, some people feel really helpless, especially right now. Also, be somewhat guarded against the real highs, like the real wins in life, the ones that you could just do cartwheels across your yard. Woo! Be careful. Don't get too high because what happens? You're going to have a matched equal low. So Bob tells us he doesn't get too excited about something, no matter how good it is, because he understands the law. And if he gets too excited, he knows that the opposite's going to happen. So I guess that's why he's as cool as a cucumber. And I really admire him for that. So do your best today with what you got. And you know what? If you see someone else out there that needs a leg up in life, take your eyes off yourself and help them. Until next time, listen within, act upon. We will see you next week. Bye.